Meditation has been a huge part of my life for the past many years, and for a very long time, I used to meditate on as a question of discipline. Like I had to come home and I had to meditate, or I used to get up early and I used to meditate because I had to. But but there's something that actually revolutionized my meditation practice. It was a tip that I read somewhere, and I'd read it like a very long time ago, and it came back to me at a certain point in my life where I felt like a lot of things were falling, uh, like getting out of whack, and that's when my mind, like my conscious mind, just pulled it out of my subconscious mind, and I tried it, and it completely changed the way I look at like meditation, the way I practice meditation. Before, it used to be a matter of discipline. It used to be a matter of, okay, I gotta meditate. And this one tip, which I don't know if like this is like a universal thing or it's just something that clicked with me, because everybody is very different, everybody's mind works differently, but like this tip actually like has made meditation for me something that I'd be outside, like I'd be at work or I'd be out with someone or whatever, and I'd be waiting. I wouldn't be waiting, like I'd be, if I think of when I get back home and I have to meditate, like that is the highlight, the cherry on top of a good day. And the difference between a good day and a bad day is that I have to go home and I'll meditate, and that I'll feel great. So like I don't want to get into like uh, the explanation or whatever. That I don't know if it's something that is just specific to me, or if it's like a universal thing, or is something that a lot of people do already. So I'm just putting it out there just for my, even for my reference, because I want to make a note of this, because oftentimes what happens is that I would be doing something, and I'd have a change. Like I'd go travel somewhere, or I'd have some sort of a major shift in my external reality, and what happens is that I forget about the practice, and I kind of like I kind of lose track of that, and it just goes in the back burner. So like, so I'm just making this video as a reference to myself as well, and if it helps other people out, that's awesome. So the 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 key or the fundamental point was that you shift. For a lot of people, meditation is about fighting thought, forcing it into submission, becoming the observer of thought, and or as some gurus try to explain it to people, is that you have to focus on your breath, like breathe in and breathe out and breathe in and breathe out, and that concept for me is very difficult to grasp. I've read about being the observer of thought, like I've read about it like a zillion times in the past like 5 years. I think I've been into I've been meditating for the past 5 years, and I've been exposing myself to literature and different forms of like teaching about meditation, because I wanted to be, I've always felt the need for it to be a part of my life. But the concepts seem very elusive, and they seem very difficult for the layman, to an extent where it's to an extent where I feel like today we live in a society where it's more acceptable to go out and party for like 6 hours and get falling down drunk and sleep with someone you don't know, or binge on chemical laden food, or binge on entertainment for like 6 hours or 7 hours. People are like proud and uploading statuses about how they binge watched a certain series, but it's an alien concept of somebody. You don't hear like people talk about, oh, I want to take a meditation challenge, or I want to pursue some sort of an introspective practice where I want to be a better person. So this is the society we live in, like, and like it's getting better now. I feel like a lot of people are going back do the basics because they've done it all and they've been there, and they just don't feel like they know now that this is not the solution. This is not what's going to bring long-term happiness to their lives. And what was I saying? Yeah, so I'll just tell you the tip that I read and that just revolutionized my meditation practice. And that the simple tip is to get out of your head and shift the focus from your mind and your focus from fighting thought or creating a vacuum in your mind or a space in your mind, and shifting your focus to your physiology. Now, it could be any aspect of your physiology. It could be the toes, or it could be the heart chakra in the middle of your chest. It could be your pineal gland, which is in the middle of your forehead, like just like not in the middle, like right above your eyebrows. Or it could be, for me, it's my fingertips. Like my fingertips is the place where I feel like I can shift my focus to and hold it. So you have to own it yourself. Like nobody's gonna, you can't be told where your focus needs to be. When you shift your focus to your physiology, you choose which part of your body it is that you want to shift the focus to. For me, it's the heart chakra and the tips of my finger and my forehead. Like oftentimes when I feel like anxiety or something that's bothering me, like I would just like close my eyes and tap the middle of my forehead, and I would recall a good memory or a good image in my mind. A good image for me is that I'm sitting over here, and I usually face this way when I'm meditating and I'm looking at the window. So my window and how the light comes in the morning from my window is what I like to focus on when I'm doing this tapping on my forehead. Another thing that I feel a acute sense of um, appreciation when I do is that, I close my eyes, I take a few deep breaths, and I slowly bring my fingertips together and I center them on my chest so that the my thumbs are resting in the middle of my chest. And I when I focus on this, what happens is that I can feel the beat of my heart. Like I can feel it in my fingertips. I can feel the reverberation of my heart in my fingertips. And I could sit and focus on this for hours. Like this is where my attention, my otherwise like very tricky attention span, just completely gets anchored. And this is the place. And this is something I discovered after years and years of struggling with fighting thought, like with fighting thought or fighting to create a vacuum in my mind, in my ADHD mind, because I have like a really like my attention and my thoughts are darting everywhere. Like I have insanely steroids pump brain. So take a deep breath, relax, everything's gonna be okay. Slowly bring your fingertips together. Press your press your um, press your thumbs against your heart chakra and feel that pressure on your chest. When you have your eyes closed, like focus on that pressure and try this. And maybe this is going to be the difference between, like, this may make a huge difference. It made a huge difference for me. Is sort of calm my mind down. It's made me ask the right questions, and it's made me realize that it's not about the answers, it's about asking the right question. The answers are all there, it's us asking the wrong questions. So now my questions are, my wants are not this job or this person or this physique. It's this feeling that is behind those desires. Like I go for the feeling, like I want to feel happy, I want to feel content, I want to feel at ease, I want to feel prosperous. If I'm feeling that, it wouldn't, if I know how to, if I master the 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 art of summoning those feelings, and it's very easy, it is very very easy to do that, then it doesn't matter what's happening outside. It doesn't matter, because you know that all I need to do is realign myself, and I'll get into that feeling. And that's a strange um, weight off your shoulders, like when you know that these things are accessible to you regardless of what's happening externally. Then your obsession with external things and your belongings and the people you're surrounded by is like removed. And the power in that is that, and then a lot of people are like, no, I'm not happy, like no, I don't want to be happy without these things, like, I want to have these things and then be happy. Is that they are gonna come, they are, everything you want is there. You just need, the trick is to feel it before it arrives. And the there is no easier way, or there is no better way to summon that centeredness and that feeling of alignment than meditation. Like meditation is what needs to happen before you get aligned. And and the problem a lot of people face are, oh, I can't meditate because I live in a noisy locality, and I have like, you have to build your own practice. Nobody is going to tell you what your practice is, nobody can teach you what your practice is going to be. You build your own practice. It could be in the middle of a busy train station, and you could just have build a practice. You need to build into it, like invest time and energy into it, to a point where I was just at the passport office right now, and I was like meditating there. I was sitting and waiting for my turn, and I was just like doing affirmations, and there was no pressure, there was no like sense of dis-ease. I was completely at ease, although it was a very chaotic environment, and I was just like, I wasn't even like, I didn't have a posture, and I was just sitting there. I was focusing on something in front of me, and I was just like, I'm loved. That was the I'm at ease, I'm loved, I'm at peace, whatever it is that suits my fancy. That's the affirmation I go with. And this practice has completely revolutionized the way I look at things, the questions I'm asking. So I hope this helps.